It takes a special kind of student athlete to play on the collegiate level. A lot goes into the process of becoming one. Fox 43's Evan Brooks helps break down what goes into college recruiting in part one of his college sports recruiting series.
The college recruiting process for high school student athletes can be tough to navigate for players and parents, but if you're serious about playing at the next level, there are some things that you can control that could help your chances.
We congratulate all of these young men and women and thank them for their commitment to our school district. Congratulations.
For high school student athletes to get to signing ceremonies like these, it takes hard work, dedication, and only one school to fall in love.
It's really relieving and kind of happy that I know there's a place that's for me and the place that I get to spend the next fabulous 4 years.
I roomed with one of the girls and I ate all my meals with all of them, and it was just so much fun and it just felt like home.
Only 7% of all high school student athletes go on to play Division I, Division II, or Division III athletics. No matter the sport, the college recruiting process starts at one place, the classroom.
Kids don't understand, doesn't matter how many touchdowns they score or field goals they make or soccer goals, if they don't have the academics, they might get recruited, but they're not going to get the offers from colleges that they thought. I've met so many kids that ended up with no offers, and they were some of the best athletes at their high school that ever went through their school that got nothing because they couldn't get admitted in the schools.
The NCAA requires a 2.3 GPA to play Division I and a 2.2 GPA to play Division II. SAT test scores could still be required to gain admission to any school. Manheim Township head football coach Mark Evans serves as the school's NCAA liaison. His message is consistent with every student athlete.
Recruiting with the NCAA is you obviously have to have the grades. When I put a transcript out for a coach, if he's giving it back and says, hey, kid's a heck of a player, but I can't recruit him because he doesn't have grades. So they go hand in hand.
Of course, many student athletes strive to make it to the next level. As you look at your college prospects, being realistic is a key part of the process.
Obviously, there has to be some reality to it. That's the key piece. But I think if you have a dream and you have a goal and you have the desire, then it's my job to help facilitate that while maintaining some reality to it as well, saying, look, we can do everything in our power. They're the ones that have to like you, and I can't make them like you. That part of it factors into all dialogues for all athletes with parents and athletes alike.
The hardest thing for parents to do is to evaluate their kid's talent, honestly and realistically, because every parent alive believes their kid at least has the potential to someday be a Division I athlete. But the fact is, there's one or two of those kids at any high school in the country. But 80% of all athletic opportunities come from Division III, NAI, and junior college. So there's a lot of opportunities other than Division I, Division II.
It's not just playing, it's doing all the film and then reaching out and becoming adults really, because they are then talking to the college coaches for the first time, and it's a stressful process for them.
Just here in Pennsylvania alone, there are 83 total universities on the Division II and Division III level. If you're unsure of where you might fall, unofficial visits can give a good sense of reality.
When you go on that visit, I want you to go see a practice. So if your son or daughter plays volleyball or basketball, as these kids come off the court, I want you to shake their hands, and if you're getting a neck cramp looking at them as they go by, that's a sign from above. Your kid's never gonna play D1 anything unless they grow 18 inches over the next 2 or 3 years. Then you go visit a D3 school next, and you notice the kids aren't much taller or bigger than your son or daughter. Now you've found your kid's comfort level.
And if you think schools are overlooking your talent, try a recruiting camp and see how you stack up.
I always worry about our guys, going and being a number rather than I want them to go there and get their best buy for their buck and get the best evaluation they can. So I'm always encouraging them to, shoot for the stars. There might be a couple camps that are beyond our reach, but hey, you go there and have a great camp and you wow them, who knows what can happen.
Across the country, there are only a small number of superstar high school recruits.
And for them, the college recruiting process, while draining, I'm sure, at times, can really be special. Fox 43's Evan Brooks is here now to discuss these elite athletes and, of course, the talents and the process that they go through.
That's right, Amy and Evan. Sometimes you can walk into a sporting event and pick out who is going to be a beast on the court, field, what have you. And that's the same thing for college recruiters across the country. As they scour the country for elite talent, and here locally in District 3, there are a few that fit the bill of a big-time athlete that every university is dying to have. The job of college recruiters across the country is to get the best of the best. And national recruiting developer Rick Wire, whose son Coy played at Stanford University and in the NFL, knows what coaches are looking for.
It's simple. Size matters, like football, volleyball, basketball. Size matters. In some sports, it's time, speed, distance, like track and swimming.
Size, speed, height, and weight are all factors that go into elite athletic talent. Only a small percentage of student athletes become big-time college recruits. And here in South Central Pennsylvania, major Division I colleges have quickly taken notice.
Not many people get to be around that 1%. That 1% and actually see what goes into it. But to actually be around the other elite athletes and see their sacrifice, see the physical nature of these athletes, see the commitment, see how they train, talk to a lot of the other elite recruits in the country, you find out that there's a lot of commonalities there.
Trinity and Spring Grove High School are home to two of the hottest recruits in the country regardless of graduating class. And when you make waves as a freshman on the football field like Messiah Mickens, or you're the two-time state and a national sprint champion like Layla Campbell, their God-given ability and hard work has them blowing up by the second.
It's the DNA that's in you. Then it is the work that you put in and the mindset that you have. For especially our guy being so young and having that right mindset shows a lot of maturity at a young age. And what you want to do is hone those skills and only get better.
Kentucky was the first top-tier track school to bring us down on an official visit. Once that visit kind of got out there on social media, then the floodgates opened.
SEC, Pac-12, Big Ten, you name it, the offers come in droves, adding to the 1% of all student athletes who receive full scholarships to almost any school in the country.
There's guys all over, East Shore, West Shore, and they're coming from a lot of different schools that are really good. And these schools, the colleges are coming in, they're noticing them right away. Recruiting starts a lot faster than it ever has, right? In this area, especially right now, I think this 2026 class is probably the most recruited out of all. And, you know, that says a lot.
Natural ability combined with never being complacent. It's easy to see why the nation's best colleges are all patiently waiting and hoping that their decision involves them.
Just appreciating and enjoying the moment. I think that's a big piece to it too. When you're being recruited at such a high level, is just to enjoy the moment. Ability, I mean, that's going to be the key indicator. But then I think you have your auxiliary pieces, which is your work ethic, your level of commitment, your coachability, and just your continuing drive to improve.
Now, I wasn't so lucky to be like those two, but athletes like that truly do not come around often. They are some special, special people.
They really are. It's amazing that we have so many of them, too.
NCAA athletes can all get their chance in different ways, and the path to fill team rosters is a creative one for Division II and III programs. Fox 43's Evan Brooks here to tell us about the many options high school students have to land a spot on pretty much any roster.
Yes, Evan, there are indeed multiple ways to land a spot at the next level. Many athletes go through the walk-on process before getting their chance to play in a game. College recruiters are always looking for ways to add talent, so just because it doesn't come in a full scholarship, that doesn't mean that all hope is lost. The opportunity to represent a university athletically is a privilege, especially for the many student athletes that go on to play Division II and III sports. And for those schools, it's all about finding diamonds in the rough.
Young men will get overlooked by the Division I schools for whatever reason. It might be academic based, it might be a height or weight requirement, it might just be the fact that they haven't fully developed yet. And some young men take a couple extra years to develop into their bodies. And if they can do that at our place, that's even better.
Those players come in all different ways. From partial scholarship players to walk-ons, no stone is unturned on the recruiting trail.
It helps to find players that can come in and compete for a roster spot and then ultimately compete for playing time. Not every player that comes in our program is going to be a scholarship student athlete. And it's great that you can go out and find some guys that you can develop, and that's a big part of our program.
Facilities, level of competition, and diverse majors, Division II and III schools offer lots to student athletes.
We feel really fortunate with the facilities that we have that allow our student athletes to want to come here and want to work hard and really get to play on some awesome facilities for them.
You can come to a Division II program, you can play at a very high level, and you can still get a quality education. I think Division II combines the best of high athletics with quality academics, and I think that combination makes it great for a student athlete going through their young adult years.
Division II scholarship availability varies depending on the sport. For example, the NCAA allows 36 full football scholarships. Rarely does an athlete get a full ride. Instead, most of the money goes to multiple players as partial scholarships.
Many kids could get partial scholarships, academic money, financial aid, and grants. And there's merit and need-based and all kind of grants that a kid can get a package put together, even at a D3 school, where they're not paying for any of their education. Leave college with little or no debt.
Ultimately, can it become an option for their family and one that can help set them up, for not just the next 4 years, but a meaningful career after graduation.
And while scholarship money can be earned and stars are born, many play for the love of the game.
At the Division II and even the Division III level, they play because they love the game and they have a passion for competing and be a part of something bigger than yourself. And again, they're not on scholarships, they're not getting NILs or anything like that. But the fact that they can have a great college experience, be a part of something, and build lifelong relationships, I think that's pretty special.
Hey, bucket on 3! 1, 2, 3! Bucket! This final part of the series really hit home as someone who started his college football career on the Division II level. So the chance to play collegiate sports is out there. It's all about getting that one school to fall in love.